Hello everyone, I'm Flavius from Spacelift. Our product integrates seamlessly with any tool you want by leveraging our lifecycle hooks, custom runner images, notification policies, and even webhooks. Spacelift offers out-of-the-box observability with our IAC management view, in which you can see all the resources that have been deployed with your Spacelift account, and our configuration management view in order to see all the hosts that have been affected by Ansible. Our observability doesn't stop there. We have an integration with Datadog that you can use to understand how many runs have failed, see which stacks have the most activity, understand how many resources have changed, see what was the load on your worker pools, understand how long it takes for a plan or apply operation to happen, and much more. We've put together a Terraform module to simplify the integration between us and Datadog. So in the end, after running this module, you're going to be able to create dashboards like these ones. These are some of the metrics that are sent, like the run count. You'll get a simple count of your runs, the timing to see how long it takes for an apply run or a plan. Resources as well. You can see which resources have been affected by a run. You can even see what were the policy outcomes. And based on these metrics, there are some tags that are also followed, like the drift detection, so we can see if a run was drift detection or not. You can see the final state of a run, you can see the space, you can even see the worker pools. Based on this module, I've put together a very simple GitHub repository that uses it, and the only thing that it has some variables for the Datadog API key, Datadog site, and the space ID in which you want this to run. The Datadog site has a default value for datadoghq.eu because this is where I have my Datadog account, and the space ID would be root to get the information for all the spaces inside of my Spacelift account. Apart from that, I also have a dashboard here that you can easily import inside of your Datadog account. So without further ado, let's deploy this in my Spacelift account and then just integrate it with Datadog. So to do that, I'll go to my stacks, click on Create Stack, and then add a name for it. Let's say Datadog Spacelift. Also add a label here. In this next step, I'm going to select the repository. Just this one. Main, and I'll let the project root as default. Next, I'm going to choose the vendor I'm going to use. So in my case, I'll leave it as OpenTofu. You can use Terraform as well. And now I'm going to define the stack behavior. Because this stack is going to create webhooks and the notification policy in my Spacelift account, I'm going to toggle this on because I don't want my stack to ask for Spacelift credentials. I will let it create resources directly in my Spacelift account by using this option. And now I'm going to save and skip to summary and click on confirm. The next thing we have to do is go to our Datadog account and get the API key. So let's do that. Going to search here for API keys, and I have a key here, and I'll click on copy. And now I'll have to go back to my Spacelift account and create the variable for the API key. So I'll go to environment, click on add variable. This is the name for the variable. Mark this as secret and add the API key here, and then click on create. And now I'm ready to deploy the code. So I'll just trigger a run. So now my integration is actually working. So if I go now to webhooks, you're going to see that I have a webhook and it's enabled. And this is sending data to Datadog. But in order to visualize this data, we have to create a dashboard. So let's go to our Datadog account now, select dashboards, and then click on new dashboard. Doesn't matter what name you add here, because by importing it, the name is going to be changed as well. So I just added the random name. Now I'll go here on configure, and I'll do import dashboard JSON, and I'm going to drag and drop it here. You'll be asked if you want to replace the current dashboard, so I'll click on yes. And now you can see information about your Spacelift account that has happened in the past hour, but because I did this integration like 1 day ago, I can now click on 1 day and we can see more information here. So in this overall time spent, you can see how much it took for different states for your runs basically. So in this example, I had a stack that it took 1 minute and 55 seconds in the performing state, 1 minute and 9 seconds for initializing, 1 minute and 4 seconds for applying. You can also see the resource changes, so how many resources have changed in your Spacelift account based on the operations that have happened on your different stacks. You can see the run outcomes, so the final states. You can see here I have only finished. Maybe I find something that finishes with an error. I found something that was discarded, for example. You can see the worker pool usage. So in here, you also have this color scheme as well. So you can see this is my private worker. The others are public workers. You can also see how many runs were drift detection or not based on this. You can also see plan policy outcomes. And if we want, we can simulate more runs in our Spacelift account just to see the data getting populated here. So I'll go back to my Spacelift account, go to stacks, and now just select a couple of them. I mean, let's select all actually just to have more data. Click on trigger. Yes, I'm sure I want to trigger. And we are going to wait a couple of seconds. As you can see, the majority of them have started. One is already failing. One is already finished. The other is in planning. So we should have some information in our Datadog account right now, but let's do the past 5 minutes to see more. So in the past 5 minutes, we have a couple of runs that have started. Some of the outcomes are already in here. So we have one failed run, one finished, another failed, another finished. We can see the worker pool usage. So 3 of our runs were using the public worker pool, one was using the private one. We can see how many of these runs were drift detection runs, so none. And we can also see some policy outcomes. So we have an allow, we have a warning, we have another allow. This view can be also filtered easily by the environment you're using, by the space you're using in here. In this case, I only have root, by the worker pool. And you can even just, filter it by the stack. So if I want to see what one of my stacks is doing, I can just filter it here easily. And that's it for this video.